welcome back to the Mr. Excel Netcast. I'm Bill Jelen. Well, if you happen to be in England, I want to invite you to take part in a discussion. Go to England.html. There's a link to a message board topic. We are thinking about coming to England in November for a series of seminars. We're trying to figure out the best cities, where people are located, what itinerary makes sense. So I'd love to have you join in. I'd love to meet as many of you as possible. And so we're trying to figure out the best places to go. As part of that, my topic today is not necessarily about Excel, but a product that works excellently with Excel called Microsoft Mappoint. Anytime you have geographic data, it helps to be able to visualize it on a map, especially if it's in an area that you're not familiar with. Mappoint is a cool product from Microsoft, and it adds an icon here to Excel where we can say we want to take the data in Excel and put it on a map. Microsoft goes through the process of geocoding. That's where we take the cities and states, or cities and countries, and figures out the latitude and longitude for that. Usually it would ask you for any cities it doesn't know and then puts them on a map. My big problem with Mappoint in Excel is that they're giving us black and white icons. It's a black and white pushpin that you can see here and here and here. Those are really hard to see, so what I usually do is go to the View menu. Notice this menu is actually the Mappoint menu, and I'll go to Legend and Overview, then right-click the pushpin set to choose Properties, and I can change to a large red circle or something like that, so it becomes much more obvious what's going on in the map. We can zoom out, zoom in, do all kinds of things like that. If I need to zoom into just one particular country, we can do that, and even change the map style. So View, Map Style, they have 5 different styles depending on whether you want terrain. The data seems to be a nice map without a lot of roads and things like that. I'll close the Legend and Overview. Now, one cool thing about Mappoint is once I click outside of the map, it embeds the map on the worksheet, and since I have Mappoint, I can edit the map. But if I send this Excel file to someone else who doesn't have Mappoint, they still see the map basically as a JPEG when they open the file. So it's a great way anytime that you have geographic data. Here's a list of all my fall seminars. This gives me a great idea of exactly the range of how far I'll be traveling this fall. Gives me an idea of where people have heard about me and where they haven't. I'm sure that you have a customer data set, and it really benefits to throw that data on a map. Now, finally, my one last tip about Mappoint. Microsoft sells this product for around $289, and you can probably find it at Amazon for about $229 US. There's 2 versions, a North American version and a European version, and that's important if you're going to be doing routing. So I need to drive from here to here. They have the appropriate set of streets in either version. But if you're looking for the US version, I find that Microsoft usually gives us away as a premium. If an IT manager goes and spends the day learning about some new Microsoft technology, they give them a copy of Mappoint, and inevitably what ends up happening is these end up on the auction sites. If you're looking for a brand new sealed copy of Mappoint, go out to eBay, where you can usually find it in the $60 to $75 range. Gives you a great chance to play with the product, and then once your manager sees what you can do and they're impressed, they'll probably go out and buy a copy for everybody. Hey, there you have it, using Microsoft Mappoint in conjunction with your Excel data to create beautiful geographic analysis. Again, if you're in England, please join our discussion. We'd love to meet up with you in November and want to figure out the right cities to be at. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time for another Netcast for Mr. Excel.